Hello WVU, COM 393, Spring 2018, and welcome to the social marketing proposal of Turn It Around West Virginia. Hello, my name is Brandon Squires and I'm with Turn It Around West Virginia. Turn It Around West Virginia is an anti-littering campaign that's going to be piloted and kicked off this summer during the outdoor recreational season in the great state of West Virginia. The four areas that we're going to be targeting with Turn It Around West Virginia are the Big Sandy Creek, which is up by Wheeling, West Virginia on the Pennsylvania border. We're going to also be targeting the Cheat and Big Sandy confluence near Morgantown and Masontown, West Virginia. And then south by Grafton and Philippi, we're going to be looking at the Tygart River, Moats Falls or Party Rock area. Over by many of our state parks and national park area, we're going to be looking at Davis and Camp 70 on the upper Blackwater. And then more towards the center, south part of the state, big tourist area with the New River and the Gauley River and Summersville Lake. We're going to be looking at one of those swimming areas of Summersville Lake near the 19 Bridge area. So these four different areas are where the target area for Turn It Around West Virginia will be. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. This picture being shown shows one of the targeted areas that we will be looking to present our Turn It Around West Virginia proposal to this summer. As you can see, this is a popular area. This is one that's called Party Rock on the Tygart River near Philippi and Grafton, West Virginia. And in it, you can see some of the locals using this area as their picnic and swim and local gathering spot, something that we want to encourage for our state and we hope can actually translate into ecotourism for the future. But at this time, we need to also have this audience, these locals, understand that anti-littering campaigns are more than just words and that we need to actually start to not litter in these areas that we've used so extensively over the years. Also, this picture starts to represent some of the target audience members that we're trying to bring into this campaign. And these are our young adult West Virginians. These are high school age to just entering college age students, what is known as Generation Z. We decided to target this audience because they have the most to get from improving their environment, especially their local environments, and because they are a generation that believes in change and a generation that seems to be wanting to have global impacts on their decision, whether that be through environmental regulations or environmental initiatives that their generation seems to be spearheading more. But we're targeting this audience also in a unique way because it's understood that this audience of Generation Z likes to have stories be told. They like to have symbols that have meaning that they can put into and initiate on their own. And so as we look into the areas that we're targeting, we're actually looking into the people who are using those areas, and that hopefully is Generation Z, and that we can convince them as they continue to use these areas to also clean up these areas on those sort of weekly basis, as opposed to having to use large initiatives at later dates to clean up all the waste that has accumulated. Here we are out in the Big Sandy Cheat River confluence known as the Blue Hole area. This is one of the target areas that we're going to be looking at. One of the reasons we keep on mentioning the target areas is because that's a very important part of our campaign. We're going to bring the message to these areas. So what we're looking at here is right at the Blue Hole Big Sandy Cheat River confluence is one of the areas that we could be using to set up our pop-up campaign tents. This is where we're going to bring the message and our educational materials and different marketing materials. We're going to set up a little booth here, and as the people who use the area come down to the water, they'll be able to walk by and meet and greet with us there. And we hope by bringing the campaign message to where the behavior occurs, that it will help curb that behavior, even if it's just for one weekend, and then from there we can continue to grow and expand the message. And you can see in this picture that this is a very popular area. This is similar to what we might see at that Summersville area during the swim season. And we can also see some trash in this picture and just the party atmosphere that surrounds the area. This group of people in this picture might not be the exact target audience that we have in mind, as we are looking for a slightly younger generation. This generation here, or the pictured people, might be more like the influential others. If we can also influence them to make better decisions, it'll hopefully influence the younger generation. But we're also seeing that the younger generation that we're targeting will soon be this age. They're the ones who are going to evolve and hopefully still be using these areas, but by then the social norm of littering or leaving their party trash, or any other trash for that matter, will have been or have become not the norm, and that the norm becomes to not litter in the first place, and to really try to turn around the notion that they can just leave their waste in these beautiful areas. What we're looking at here is an example of the sort of the marketing material. This is just a quick example. Don't be backwards, turn it around, West Virginia, stop littering. This is a logo that will allow lots of different interpretations, lots of different taglines to be added to. And eventually we hope that just the logo of the backwards West Virginia becomes its own symbol, something that where you can remove the wording, but we know that it's a anti-being backwards or anti-being against West Virginia type of symbol. Looking here, we got another example of one of our promotional items. This will be handed out at the sites once again, and it's a tote bag, as you can see, but it's also waterproof, so that you can take some of that garbage home, put it in your trunk. It's not going to leak all over the place. Plus it has an environmental message right on it, and so that's something that we're promoting here at Turning Around West Virginia. Another one of our promotional items we'll be giving out are work gloves with the backwards West Virginia. Just another indication that you're on board with the project, that you're ready to turn it around West Virginia.